What's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another About Teams video. And today, pretty simple NHL recap. Unfortunately, the Colorado Avalanche hang around in this series and now have forced it to a game 6 back in Colorado. And I know we both talked about it. I was going to say if Colorado want to win this series, their superstars are going to have to step up, and that's what happened this game. Cale Makar, obviously, 2 goals. Nathan McKinnon with the icer to make it 5-3 late into the game. It was still a good game, though. I don't really have many takeaways besides just Colorado's superstars showing up. That's the biggest thing in this series because obviously, like I've talked about, the Stars are just more deeper and, can get contributions from lines 1 through 4, where Colorado needs to rely on that top heaviness. And if Georgiev can keep the Dallas Stars offense at bay with only around 3 goals or under, that's a good mark because obviously Colorado's firepower, they can score. We've seen them throughout the series score at will, go on 3-goal runs after being down 3 or 4-0. But, for whatever reason, a lot of teams are showing fight going into on the road. We've seen the Bruins, Carolina Hurricanes. None of these series have been easy, and when you get to the second round, I think that's the biggest difference from the first round. Just the teams with a lot more fight, a lot more experience that have been here and know what it takes and just aren't ready to cash in on Cancun yet. And that's a shout out to the Avalanche, man. I mean, they showed their Stanley Cup experience tonight, needed big games from their biggest players, and they got that. I'm still not overly concerned, though, with the series. I still like Dallas. But like I said about every series, it always gets interesting going back home because you never want to go back home and you could have wrapped the series up. And we'll see what happens in Colorado, but I'm hoping the Stars can close this out sooner rather than later.
I saw a stat on ESPN after the game was over, and I'm pretty sure in the second round so far, obviously because no team's been eliminated, teams looking to close out games are 0-5. So, closeout games are always the toughest. I loved what I saw from the Avalanche after seeing this. I'm still sticking with my Avalanche in 7 pick. I could be wrong.
That'd be crazy. Oh,
but
that'd be annoying.
Again, I also predicted Dallas would win last night, so it seems like
you're
everything.
They don't talk about you flip flopping, but you be flip flopping a lot.
Hey, I mean, if I'm betting against, if I'm betting against your team, odds are you're probably going to win. So, you're welcome to all the Avalanche fans out there for last night's game.
Well, now you might want to pick Dallas and 6.
I'm gonna say Dallas is gonna absolutely smoke Colorado next game. Big shout out to my boy Cale Makar, Western Mass guy, he's Canadian, but went to UMass, national champion at UMass, so. Got a lot of love in my heart for Cale Makar. He's a stud anyways. I think he's the best defenseman.
Absolute beast.
Yeah. His first goal was an absolute snipe. I don't know if you saw it, but between, I want to say 4 or 5 different people, Ottinger couldn't even see the puck. And it was bar down, beautiful goal, and it's a defenseman. He's putting up historic numbers in the playoffs. I think he's got 21 playoff goals now. He's 23 years old. He's putting up throughout his career over a point per game in the playoffs, which is second all-time. I think it's 1.1, which is second all-time to Bobby Orr, Bruins legend, greatest defenseman of all time, GOAT, one of the GOATs. Yeah. But, I loved what I saw from the Avs last night. If Georgiev can keep his team in it, I trust the firepower of the Avalanche will pick up after last night.
Yeah, we'll see. I still think Dallas is the better team overall, more deep. They still got those superstar players to match up against Colorado's, but Colorado's obviously Stanley Cup champions for a reason just 2 years ago. So we'll see what happens, though. The series just did get even more interesting, like every other series has, like we talked about. 0-5 in closeout games. Speaking of closeout games, though, will there be a Game 7? Or does New York finally wrap this series up? Rangers, we said we knew the series was going to be a battle, but we just said, first team to lose at home is probably going to be the team who does. And quickly, Rangers went up 3-0. Both of us kind of didn't expect that. But we knew the series was going to be over. However, Rangers, I believe, took a 1-0 lead in Game 5, and then Colorado in that third period just punched right back. They went another round, and the series ain't far from over. We now have the Game 6 in Raleigh tonight, and despite this momentum from the Hurricanes, I think the Rangers will close this out. I think it's just tough, I think, for a team to win 4 games in the row, never mind 3. And Carolina obviously has shown some fight, but eventually I feel like that giving it your all has to wear you out eventually. I think the Rangers know this series needs to be over, because if it gets to a Game 7 in New York, I'll probably pick Carolina. But, Carolina has to do all this traveling too, going from Carolina to New York. So I don't believe that home crowd, they'll feed off of that early. But I just trust New York to end it for some reason. Got that gut feeling in me sometimes. I think we have a big Panarin game. Subbanajad shows up. I think the Rangers get back to their power play strengths that Carolina has contained over the last couple of games. I say the Rangers close this out in a 4-2 series win tonight.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I predict Rangers yesterday? I think, or the
I think
day
you
before.
predict the Rangers to close this. I thought you did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I predicted. I think, for the sake of entertainment, sorry, I want this to go 7, and I want Carolina to pull it out in 7, just for the sake of entertainment. But
how would John feel? He's a big Rangers fan.
If that, I wouldn't let John hear the end of it.
Should we get him on the podcast for that?
Yeah, we should, no joke. But yeah, I think the Rangers took a big punch last game at home. Up 1-0 going into the third period, and then all of a sudden 4 unanswered at home. I think that was like a wake up call for them. So I'm with you. I think they close it out in Carolina. I think Carolina's going to be bumping. I think it'll be a tight game, but
yeah,
I think they'll close it out. Big game from Shesterkin. They're going to need that, because you give up 4 goals, or goals, or was it 4?
Yeah,
because did they have an empty netter?
No, I think it was just a late goal. I don't think it was an empty netter, but I don't know. Could be wrong. Either way, they let in 4 in a row.
Right.
So kind of a defensive collapse.
They needed
lock in New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Carolina wins, I won't be mad. And then at that point, I'm rooting for Carolina just to complete the historic comeback.
Right.
But yeah, with that being said, should be a great one. Obviously, Rally's going to be bumping. The team's shown some fight. Why they're the Stanley Cup favorites these last 2 games. And then we got a late drop. Canucks Oilers. This series has been a battle. We're back in Vancouver for tonight. Oilers obviously win a thriller in Game 4. I'm gonna stick with my gut because I have Canucks in 7. I know you have Oilers in 7. I think Vancouver wins this one. I think they get back on track after that tough game. Obviously, we've talked about the keys for both teams. Kind of both have goaltender problems. At this point, it's just contain. It's like the Avalanche contain that top line of McDavid and Draisaitl. Do your best, and then if you can just keep getting shots on. Still some question marks with Edmonton's backup goalie now. Again, the start. So just kind of test them. It's a playoff setting.
Yeah.
Really no experience. Just lace up the shots. Brock Besser, keep doing his thing. Dakota Joshua, talked about him. Just, a lot. I think it's Elias Lindholm or Patterson, one of the two. I always mix those two up. Keep doing your thing. I just trust. I like Vancouver at home. Let's just get back on track in this one.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm still sticking with my gut of Oilers in 7, but I do think the Canucks take this one at home. Backup goalie, going on the road for the Oilers. He kind of got settled in a little bit at home. His first start of the playoffs in front of his home crowd is going to be a lot easier than going on the road in Vancouver, which that place can get wild. Yeah. So I think Canucks take this one, but I'm still rocking with McDavid.
I like that. go with you gotta, it's an easy way too to get your predictions out because if the Oilers win, it only makes it look better for you. But if the Canucks win this game, you can say you called it.
I'll still take it on the chin if I, get the prediction wrong. But
yeah. So with that being said, should be very good game.
I think McDavid's
all these games are good.
McDavid's still due. He's still due for a big game.
Yeah, that's the problem. I would say that's a game 6. So for a game 6, that way you get it out of your system, and then game 7, Canucks, lock in. Yeah, but I love these playoff series because we're seeing a lot of 3-2 series, 2-2. It's competitive. We don't have any more Capitals in this playoffs.
I think there's a lot more parity in the NHL. Like it's not like the NBA where it's like the Celtics, Cavs series.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Canucks weren't even in the playoffs last year. Now they're like the top seed in the whatever division it is, the Pacific. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys all for listening to our NHL recap and preview. We'll catch you in the next one.